Okay, I assume we're live now. Okay, let me just adjust some things here and then we'll start. Okay, I think it should all be good. Perfect. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Obscure Anime Ranks. Every waifu in Gushing Over Magical Girls from worst to best. Yes, you are. We all hear you. Okay, thanks for the heads up, Fallen Angel. Now, I don't think there are too many disclaimers. I need to. Hello, random lads. Welcome to the stream. Hi, son. And what else? What else did I want to? Oh, yeah, yeah. Hello, Andres. Yeah. Uh, to clarify, this is a ranking based on the manga, okay? So if you're an anime only, beware of spoilers. Because, yeah, we're going to be talking about a lot of events that weren't adapted in the anime, as well as how, like, some changes that were made in the adaptation from manga to anime. We're also going to be discussing some characters that haven't been introduced yet, even in the anime. So, yeah, just spoilers all around. So, hopefully, you're all caught up with the manga or doesn't care or don't care. Okay. But without further ado, let's start this list already with number worst. Number worst is shared by three pretty much known characters, which are Utena's, Matama's, and Kaoruko's mothers. Essentially, all these characters do, these characters only have one appearance in both the manga and in the case of the first two, the anime. All they do is they appear for one scene, do one thing, and then are never mentioned again. Utena's mom, all she does is essentially say that, like, no, if you don't pay more attention to school, if you aren't caught up with your studies, then I'm going to throw away all your magical girl merch, and that kind of encourages her and becomes a whole arc, etc. Matama's mom literally just hears her daughter say that she wants to be an idol, and that's her reaction. Like, she's the woman in the middle. And Kaoruko's mom literally just acts smug, as you can see here. Um, when she has her magical girlfriends over during a more relaxed chapter of the manga. So, yeah, these are pretty much known characters, which is why they're a very easy bottom spot. Like, I didn't even try with this one. Uh, Number two, Miracle Mimiru and Miphan. A lot of people may not know this, but these are actually two original characters from the anime. Like, they don't appear in the manga because, well, there's the anime doesn't have too much anime original content. Like, uh, it does have just a few scenes that aren't in the manga, and this is one of them. Like, if you ever saw that scene where baby Utena is inspired to like magical girls from watching this anime, like, that's all anime original. This doesn't happen in the manga. And again, these are essentially non characters. So why are they above the mons? Well, that's because pretty much one, they have at least more distinct and cute designs, and two, they gave us like this adorable like vision of baby Utena. So yeah, that's enough to elevate them for me. Number three, Tanaka Michiko. or Lord Enorme. And yeah, there are no redeeming qualities here. Like the woman is ugly. Her design is one I don't like at all. I don't think it's very good. Like her personality is super simple and boring. Like to the point where even it's even a plot point in the manga that Utena can't fight her, not because she isn't like powerful enough or anything like that. It's just because she's so bored by how utterly, like, how there's nothing to her, that she can't even get into it. She can enjoy like herself beating this woman. Like as you can see, once again demonstrating pretty ugly face. And it's honestly a pretty cool thing that exactly because she like Michiko is so boring, Utena has to kind of project her own image of her and kind of change her perception of her very perception of reality in order to get pumped and be able to properly fight, you know? And it's a thing I like a lot. It's not original to this manga, not at all, but I really like the power system where like you have the amount of stars that a person has corresponding with their power, but this isn't like limited. Like if you start as a 2 star, that doesn't mean you're going to stay a 2 star forever. You can progress, and in fact, the stronger your emotions are, the more magical power you have. So it's just pretty cool to see this girl just lording over Utena, right? Like, no, I have 4 stars and you have two. You can't compete against me. And then, like, Utena's eyes just get filled with tiny stars, and she has like 20 when she still has four. And another thing about this woman is that her 4 stars are all fake. Like she gets told by Venalita right at the end of the fight that no, the only reason you're this strong is because I shared some of my power with you. None of that was like you didn't achieve any of that. And her powers are pretty boring too, so it's just everything. There's nothing good about this woman. Okay, the only purpose of her character is to be humiliated and serve as a stepping stone to make Utena, like to develop Utena. And frankly, good, because that's all she deserves. Okay? There's nothing good about this waifu, so let's move on. Oh yeah, here's the scene of like rightful retribution being done to this bitch. Uh, Number 4, Vets and Venalita. This is a good spot to mention another interesting thing about the manga. Uh, e- you may think that Gushing Over Magical Girls takes place in our universe, but it actually takes place on a completely different world. Like, you may think that it's just our world, but with magical girls, like the whole thing of like urban fantasy kind of thing. But no, Gushing Over Magical Girls actually takes place in a completely alternate world where men don't exist. There are only women. And like this, and like I don't mean it in the Love Live or like that kind of, oh hello Kodokunasu, or in the usual like cute girls doing cute things anime thing where men do exist canonically but they are rarely shown, and even so only in the background if that. No, canonically the world of Gushing Over Magical Girls is completely different from our own, and men just don't exist there. Like, this is canonical. It's not just that the author doesn't want to draw them, like, even the background. No, it's canonical that they don't exist in this world. And so, pretty much every character in like Gushing Over Magical Girls is going to be on this list. Pretty much any character that isn't like the most tertiary possible, or like a literal background character is going to be on this list because, well, they're all women, so they all qualify. But yeah, as you can see, despite them being female, they don't exactly look like humans. They pretty much just look like plushies, right? So I'm not attracted to this like at all, but they are at least pretty cute, and they do have like kind of interesting personality, especially Venalita, who is like canonically an internet troll. What else? What else? What else? And yeah, they do have a bigger participation in the story than the a lot of the other characters. And well, you just saw me like crash out over Michiko, so you know that pretty much anything, I think any waifu is better than her. So yeah, that contributes to it, which is what explains their spot in the list. Number 5, Kiwi's mother, because yes, there is a lolimon in like this manga. She only appears in the manga in a later chapter, and pretty much the only thing she does is like surprise everyone with the fact that she isn't like Kiwi's little sister but her mom, and like be a nice host, be this pretty polite and like a genuinely nice person to uh the other girls, the other characters, were when they go to Kiwi's house for like a sleepover. And yeah, just that basic thing, just this one scene of her being a genuinely just nice person with more than one line of dialogue, as well as obviously her design, is what elevates her to this part of the list. Number 6, Korisu's mother. And she's pretty much that, like, she's pretty much Kiwi's mother. Everything I said like about her applies to like Korisu's mother, but like to an even greater level. This woman is just too sweet. Like, she's kind, she's caring, she is loving, she is pretty much the perfect woman. She looks good, she dresses with style, she's just amazing. Like, if the manga actually gave her more focus, I can totally imagine her being in like the top 5 or even top 3. But as amazing as I think Korisu's mother is, as much as I like her, just because of how cool she is in general, she appears in like 2 scenes and a half, so it'd be kind of unfair to put her any higher on the list. Which is unfortunate because, again, if she just had a bit more focus, I think she could be one of the top waifus, you know? But it is what it is. Uh, for now, let me just read some comments and then we'll continue. Okay, I like lots of God. Should be honest, I prefer my own best side master. That way I don't have to. Okay, true that. I was just out of it, I guess. The guy who likes probably okay. Well, at least her lolly version is good, probably referring to Michiko. And yeah, I will have to say that that scene with her is pretty cool. This, so much this. I think people agree with my take on Michiko. In many animes, there is no man. In Madoka or GUP, also. Maybe canonically they were, but absent in the story as meaningful characters. No, but this is what I mean. Like, there are lots of anime where the men are absent the story as meaningful characters. But in this one, literally canonically, there are no men. So that's what makes it different from those. They went the extra level. And like it brings up that question, like how do they reproduce in this world? Like if there are no men, do they just use some kind of like lesbian Amazonian magic or something? I don't know, but yeah, that's kind of the point. Okay, speak for yourself, probably in regards to the plushies and not finding them attractive. I'm not even gonna comment on that. Perfect woman, Mary S. Cock off. Whoa, mommy. I, I I really hope that in my community, at least we wouldn't have those kinds of comments. But yeah, welcome to the stream, Yotakami. But yeah, uh, let's move on. Uh, number 7, Sister Giant or Tenjeiji Holly. And this is in quotation marks because this hasn't been really confirmed in like the manga yet, I don't think. But as you can see, there is this character here, this presentator, Tenjeiji Holly, who has a striking resemblance to Sister Giant. So even though we don't officially know her name, like many people speculate that it is this character. Though again, nothing has been confirmed yet. We're not sure. That's why it's on like kind of uh it's up in the air essentially. It's a interesting theory. But the point is that she's here because as you guys know, I'm not too into we will cover only anime no, we're talking about characters from the manga as well. That's why I gave a spoiler warning at the beginning. Anyway, what else? What else? Oh yeah. I'm not really too into like the sexy nun trope. Like I think I talked about this before in other lists even that I am not too into the trope. I don't find it particularly like interesting or attractive or anything like that. So that already deducts points. Her personality, with her being this kind of like emotionless but not really kind of flip flopping character, and like her whole theme of like being this backstabber kind of character, like there is nothing I like about her. Like the fact that she doesn't commit to being a more emotionless kind of character, but doesn't commit to being like a character that shows her emotions more either. The fact that she's a sexy nun, the fact that she's this backstabber like type character, which I don't like. Like it all contributes to lowering her uh spot on this list. And as you can probably tell just by the name, she has the ability to like grow in size and become gigantic. And as you know, I am actually into the like giantess trope, but even then this doesn't do much for me. So yeah, you might wonder if I don't really have anything good to say. Like why is she so uh high on the list? And well, that's because she has a much greater participation in the story than most of the other characters before her. Her design is pretty unique, and even though I don't like the sexy nun trope, it is somewhat attractive on at least a superficial level to me. What else? What else? And yeah, that's it. Uh, those things pretty much just her design and the superficial like sexy aspects of her design, as well as how interesting it is outside of again the sexy nun trope. Coupled with her participation in the story are pretty much the only things elevating her above the other characters. But outside of that, again, not really too interesting. Number 8, Momo Mori Momo, or Pantano Pesca. This is essentially like just a pervert. Like you might say, oh, but that's Utena, you know? And like no. Utena is a pervert. Yes, she's kind of this sadist type character, but there's more depth to her. Like she isn't just defined by her perversion, and even her perversion is explored to a deeper level. You know, Momomori Momo is literally just Utena but without the depth. Like she's just a horny like magical girl otaku, and that's pretty much it. She has some interesting like ground manipulation powers. She's pretty strong and is in some of the more interesting fights and arcs of the manga. And her design is pretty cute. But outside of that, pretty much the only notable thing about her is just how perverted she is. She's that like superficial a character. Again, her participation in the story is interesting, and I really like her design actually. But if there's nothing more to your character than just being a pervert, like if that's all, if there's a zero depth to that at all, like you're not going to get very far. Like I'm sorry. Uh, Number 9, Tadaranda or Berserga. One sec. Okay. Now, Tadaranda is actually one of the magical girls that was involved in the infamous uh like magical girl like hunts that Michiko engaged in. And she was pretty much the message girl. She was the one magical girl that Tanaka like let live so that she may spread her uh word of her doings, right? So pretty much she's a victim type character of uh, like that event in the story. Though has is like has should be predictable for a manga as perverted as this. All this did was unlock a kink in her, where she developed kind of a um, like Stockholm syndrome for Tanaka. Ended up falling in love with the woman that just killed most of her friends and tried to kill her exactly because she did that. Developing into a much more like twisted and like disturbing, crazy version of herself, as you can see on the right side of the screen, in her Laverita form, which we'll talk about later. But you can essentially perceive Laverita as a magical girl super mode, right? Like on the left side, we have the usual magical girl uniform, the standard, and then we have the more unique designs that are used in the Laverita forms, the more like the super powered versions. of a magical girl in Mahoako, you know? One thing that's interesting that I forgot to mention with Momomori Momo, mostly because it had nothing to do with her character, is that these two, alongside another character we'll see later, like, what else? They are shown in the manga, like they are introduced the manga in a very badass way, because at this point we already went pretty far from what the anime covered, and pretty much everyone, well, not everyone, but a lot of people unlocked their La Verita forms, both on the like bad magical girl side and on the good magical girl side. Though one thing that makes La Verita so interesting is that it's a super mode. So obviously, like, it takes a lot of energy to go into it. Like, it's a thing that's difficult to maintain exactly because of how much magic it costs to stay on that form, more powerful form, right? And so that's the manga does a really good job at introducing that part of the story, and then, like, letting you know immediately just how badass like those three are, like the trio that Momomori, and Randa and that other character are, because they can stay like from the minute they're introduced perpetually in their La Verita forms. So that was a really cool thing that they did. It really like instantly elevated them to like this immediate threat level of, oh my god, they can like just go toe to toe with the main characters and at the most powerful, without even needing to break a sweat. Like, oh my god, that immediately upped the tension a lot. And like it was a great chapter when they were introduced. Wait. God damn it. Anyway, but yeah, her relationship with like Tanaka Michiko and her design are very interesting, very unique, and very well developed throughout the story. So I really like that. That's what kind of elevates her to this spot. And obviously, she, like, I really like her as a character, and she has a lot more to her character than a lot of the other spots on the list, but not by much. Like, as you can see, um, like her design, although unique, is not really that interesting, and her whole story with, in regards to Tanaka and being in love with her, well developed and interesting, is I don't feel too comfortable following that. So yeah, definitely an objectively like great character, but not one I particularly like either in personality or design. That's kind of the point here. But anyway, I'm going to read some comments and then we're going to like move on. Okay. Okay. Geez, I wonder if the girl with holy in her name is Sister Giant. Oh, so the robot's in. Yes, we're going to tackle her later. Look, it's hasn't about the whole Dane JG Holy thing. It hasn't been confirmed. Okay, it's very likely the case, but it hasn't been confirmed. So I'm not going to act like it is canon. You know, me seeing Sister Giant, I'm in danger. Yeah, fair. I've had the kind of weird sexualize again because like that sandal was supposed to be sex. Okay, whatever. I love nuns. I love nuns. I love nuns. I love nuns. But this one's outfit doesn't really have the right nun feeling. I prefer lolly nuns anyway. Okay, dude. Fair. Whatever you say. Lewis is a caveman. Lewis. Are you talking about me? Like, why am I a caveman? What the fuck are you talking about? What? You justify that right now, Kodokuna. What do you mean I'm a caveman? No, I'm not letting that slide. You just come back here and justify that right now. But anyway, we already know that's Kino Konasu's favorite girl by virtue of being a giantess. He has great taste. It's just that this one is not a particularly good example. None outfit should at least sort of pretend to be modestish. Facts. I don't know if you're agreeing with Sun here or with me, but fair. Hello, Teto Teto. Welcome to the stream. Uh, Momomori's Momos Momomos. Bazaar car. Yeah, she Berserker, like as you can tell by her name and her design, is supposed to be a more like crazy type character, especially given her like Stockholm syndrome. Like you can see that she's pretty like screwed up in the head, both in her fighting style and well, again, just from the whole thing I described. I hate her design. Bot ceilings are. Ugh. I don't agree. Like I don't, how do I say this? I don't think body sewings are. I think they're a neutral thing for me. I neither like them, they neither um do anything for me, but they don't detract either. It's just a random detail. Like it's there, doesn't matter too much. So yeah, for now, let's move on. And I kind of ruined the joke, but still, I'm going to do it because it's too good not to include it. Number 10, Haruka's little sis. Yeah, no, not even I'm this much of a monster. Like, come on. Have some more faith in me. Actual number 10, uh, Akuya Matama, aka Loco Musica, and Anemo Nemo, or Leberbloom. Like, these two are on the same spot because, and this is pretty, it's both a good thing, and kind of cutesy thing, and a bad thing. Because on one hand, they are like grouped together because they form such a great couple, such an interesting and loving and kind of confirmed couple in the series that it kind of be weird to like separate them. But at the same time, like this is one of the things that brings them down. Like uh pretty much the fact that they are always kind of treated like a couple. Like you, if you see one of them on the screen, you are very likely going to see the other. They pretty much are a dual character. They are two characters that count as one because individually they are not very developed. Like their stories is kind of a couple story, a story of two characters together, you know? And that's pretty good on like in the story. I really like them as a couple. I really like their development as a couple and becoming like closer together and realizing their feelings for each other and um like their whole interactions are very humorous and very much like that love hate kind of thing. As you can see by the image, it's clear that they like love each other very much and like deeply care for each other. But yeah, that doesn't stop them from like arguing like all the time, you know. So yeah, it's just they are a really good couple. I really again like their story and their participation and like their designs both in their magical girl and like let me show you here. Some of their casual outfits are also really cute. But like them being such a great couple, uh which elevates them to the spot, it's also what brings them down because it means that individually they don't have much going on for them. Which is kind of a shame because this manga can develop, as we'll see. I have quite a few other ships in this anime. The anime can develop two characters individually. They can make both of them stand out and be good as a couple. So the fact that these two are only good as a couple and pretty much only exist in the story as a couple brings them down for me. I really would prefer if they got some more individual development. But yeah, still, uh, they are some of my favorite characters, which is why they get the spot on the list. And here are some like cool and interesting like screenshots of them. Some more cool moments, some more silly and neutral moments. It's pretty much that. Oh, and I really like this flashback. Like, it's both a really cute flashback of how the two met, and it culminates in a great joke because there's a comedy manga and a pretty good one of at that. I don't know if there are more images of them that I picked up, so I'm going to like um no, I'm just going to move on. I'll read the comments later. Oh, and this scene. I'm going to have to explain a bit to justify this. But essentially, to make a long story short, they discover that while Leber Bloom is looking at like Matama's parts, not only does her voice like become actually like decent, actually beautiful, but her powers increase exponentially. And so, like, it's at a particular point in the story, like when she goes into her magical girl mode, like Matama's panties like stop appearing exactly because the costume kind of like already understands that. Oh no, you don't need them. Like Leber Bloom is gonna need to look at you naked anyway, so might as well just have you naked from the start. Oh god, this manga is awesome. I love it. And this is kind of then being caught in the act while training, like for like training their powers. Oh god, I swear. Anyway, and people were talking about the robot, so here she is. Number 11, Machina, or Roboco. And to talk about this character, we need to talk about kind of her origin, how she came to be in the first place. Because Korisu, to kind of spoil things a bit, like she has two powers. One is to create these like traps, which if a person steps into them, they kind of are trapped in a contained space where she's basically God, right? So it's a really powerful trap type ability. And she also has the ability to imbue her toys with magic so that they can fight as her servants. But she never, while she uses most of her toys in battle and ends up having, like, they break a lot due to that, she never uses these two in particular. And that's because she really treasures these two because they were given by and repaired by people who are extremely important to her, which are Kiwi, Utana, and obviously her mom. So she has a lot of emotional attachment to them. But at some point, Utana is in real danger during one of her battles. She's really going to die if Korisu doesn't do something. And so she uses her powers to kind of throw these toys to save Utana. And Utana has the idea to, like, to avoid them being destroyed completely, to use like her magic and combine it with Korisu's magic in order to like combine the toys and make them even more powerful. And the result of that is Machina being born. And her powers are really cool because you think that she'd be a more, from her design, a more punchy like type character, that she would just use her robot hands in order to kind of brawl. But actually one of her more her powers are very unique because she can actually detach every single part of her body, like the character from like One Piece, right? The clown guy, and she can shoot lasers from pretty much every part of her body. So her main tactic in battle is to separate all the parts of her body and just overwhelm the opponent with lasers going from all directions, which is a really cool power and a really interesting way to make a robot character. And as you can see, she looks kind of like a human version of both of the toys that are important to Korisu. So her design is like super cool. And after that event, which in itself is like already this, like it may not seem like it from the way I'm describing it, but it's a really powerful like scene. Like I'm tearing up. I'm actually tearing up right now because like this manga is just everything. It's a really good comedy manga. Its story is very gripping and like genuinely well written, and has some really cathartic, sexy, and emotional moments. And this was definitely one of the most emotional moments in like the manga, to the point where one sec, like I'm genuinely tearing up, like remembering it. And it's not because it's sad, it's just because of how powerful it was, you know? So that's what elevates Machina to the spot. Again, alongside like her powers and her design too. And one interesting thing is that despite their like appearances, Machina actually considers like Korisu to be her big sister. And so since Korisu, due exactly to how she looks and well her age, she's the youngest member of the cast, I think. She's generally treated like the little sister character to a lot of the other characters in the story, right? Uh, so getting to see this more mature looking character now treat her as a big sister, it's a really cool dynamic. It's not just inversion for the sake of it, it actually makes sense given like that she was Alice Korisu's toy, and so she views her as kind of in a position of authority and like as a person who lived more than she did. And so it's just a really cute and really uh cool interaction. Another thing that's interesting is that like Roboko, due to like Roboko is the name obviously due to her robotic appearance that the girls first give to her, but that's kind of the name of her uh like robot form because she can actually change into a human if she, because much how do I explain this? She has a human form. She's now pretty much created life form, a fully fledged human created by Korisu and Utena, and she can transform into a robot in her magical girl form. That's kind of the dynamic. The robot's kind of her magical girl form, right? And so they have a name for that form, Roboko, but they don't have a civilian name for her. And who gives her her name uh, is actually Haruka, like Magia Magenta, because she's wearing a t-shirt with the like words Deus Ex Machina. And so they have the idea to name her Machina, which is just a really cute scene. Uh, you may wonder like why she's so low on the list if I like her so much, and that's kind of because uh, there isn't much to her character. Like she's a character that was introduced very late in the manga, and so she's only had 2 chapters to shine. As you can see, those 2 chapters are fucking awesome, but there's still just 2 chapters, and so I kind of can't like elevate her too much since we didn't get to see the full fledged development for her yet. But the few scenes she does have are amazing already. Uh, but yeah. Now we're moving on to number 12, Minakami Sayo for Magia Azul. And like she's cool. Like I like her design. Like the whole thing of her being this like the more serious and kind of chaste member of her group, which is also contrasts really well with her like falling first into perversion, her being like kind of the first character corrupted by Utana's bullshit, right? So that contrast is really cool. And it's not superficial. There is a lot of development to it. Like they show her having difficulties in her battle because of like being so horny for Utena. We show how she's trying to overcome this, and she's actually the very first character we see achieve La Verita. Exactly has a result of overcoming that corruption, has a result of using like this new masochistic kink that she has in order, has a source of power, has a source of strength instead of weakness, which results in a really cool scene, and again a really cool power in general of being able to absorb energy, absorb pain, and then deal with back, like tenfold. Like there are a lot of cool things to this character. I really like her development. I really like how the corruption trope is utilized with her. I really like her design. Uh, like how all that contrasts with her personality, super cool and fun. But that's all. Like she's kind of one note in that pretty much the whole thing of her being corrupted is all there is to her character. There isn't much beyond that. Now, this one point, like I said, is developed and utilized really well. Which alongside her design is what elevates her to the spot. But she's definitely my least favorite of the three like original magical girls. And pretty much the only reason she's above Machina is because, well, she's an like one of the OG characters, and so she has a lot more. She had a lot more opportunity to shine. She had a lot more opportunity to contribute to the story and to have a lot more scenes, and that's what elevates her above the others. Now I'm going to read some comments, and like then we'll continue to number 13. A caveman who inhabits a giant cave. I hope I hope you don't mean with that like what I think you mean by that. But anyway, OMG, Fallen, just talk about the stream, bro. And like a lot of people like being like kind of ooing for Haruka sisters. But yeah, anyway. Uh Here Otakami is talking about like Matama and Anemo, saying they're the second best couple in the manga. Loco one day will perform at the Budokan. Nice reference there. Why do people call you Lewis, by the way? Reference. Because he pills here, pills here. Maybe it's because Lewis, because it's going to Alice. Exactly, it's a joke with that. It's an inside joke because he once played a game where he named his character Lewis, and that stuck. Yeah, it's kind of the whole thing is kind of a reference to Black Souls and the well Lewis Carroll there. Like that's why I make that joke. Like uh, I name every first male character I see in a game Lewis, every main male character I see in a game Lewis, and every main female character Alice, exactly to make the joke of oh Lewis going to Alice, that whole thing. It's kind of the inside joke and why I like Lewis is one of the my nicknames for the channel because like I'm going to Alice. But anyway. The episode where those two finally admit their feelings and did it with a little help from Braxian was glorious. The best thing I've seen in an anime. Yeah, and this is another thing I wanted to talk about. Thank you for reminding me. this is an actual hentai. Like, it doesn't show anything explicit, but in the anime and especially in the manga, there's actually like confirmed, like the characters actually canonically like made love to each other. You know, uh, and so that was something that surprised me in a good way. I didn't think there would be like outright sex. I think it would be more of an etchy thing. But again, I'm not complaining. It was really cool to see. Machina, she's pretty new, so there isn't much character development yet, sadly. Yeah, which is my point. OMG, 10 out of 10. The stream should be 5 seconds long because all the girls from Gashi. Oh, okay. Welcome to the stream, mainstream anime. The Otakami. Yeah, they all suck. Me. No, no. Every single girl in like magical, like gushing over magical girls, I'm pretty sure is a raging lesbian. So I don't think they'd be too much into you unless you're like a woman, and I don't know. But anyway, and now the mascot brat want to study the doll. Like she's a Zelda boss. So would Mr. Bison's voice, of course. Like yeah, Machina's pretty attractive. Like I'm struggling to think why people wouldn't do her. But anyway, uh Gamoro, I arrived now. I hope Kiwi is on the top. I won't spoil it, but she has a pretty good placement. Yeah. Hello, Kiwi didn't appear yet, so she probably will be a little bit higher for sure. Something happened with the microphone suddenly. Quality got a little bit lower. Still okay, but something happened. I think it was his voice getting rough. Yeah, I was just actually crying, during the Machina part. It's not the microphone quality. I was actually just kind of holding back tears. I love how she turns on and off her magic. It's literally an on-off button, lol. Nice. Why isn't Machina higher, not Kanye enough? That's not the reason, but anyway, still funny. Azu, the girl who surpassed the corruption trope. Hell yeah. Number 12, no way. I have a friend who loves corrupted evil mahou shoujos, but I think Azu was the first time he preferred seeing a magical girl in a lewd work surpass the corruption instead of becoming a villain. Yeah, that part of her development was super cool. I think she's a little more developed than Machina. She's a lot more developed than Machina. Are you kidding me? Wait, 13? Aren't you counting in reverse order? Yes. Like, we are going from 1 to 18. Like, with 1 being the worst and, like, 12 and 18 being the best. That's how the list works. Like, the bigger the number, the better the character. It's like the inverse of a top 10. Uh, 13, why are we going forward instead of backwards? Then I forgot to put the all comments. Lol. Still wanna know what Andres meant by Braxian. Too much Pokemon tournament on the brain? No, he probably just meant Baser. Like, Magia Baser, and that was a typo. But yeah, we're going from 1 being the worst and like 18 being the best. Like, that's how the list works. But yeah, anyway, uh, number 13, Hanabishi Haruka. And she's just like the archetypal magical girl. She's this happy go lucky, kind of like silly character with a very standard, like pink design. She is very much a silly and kind of awkward girl, but she's also like genuinely amazing person, and she can when she gets serious she can actually like kick some major ass. Like, she's the archetypal magical girl. Like, pretty much everything I just listed. If I told you like the words magical girl, that Haruka is probably the type of character that would come up in your mind. And I value that, you guys should know at this point that I'm a fan of the classics, so her being like a genuinely well executed version of such a standard like mode character, like her being this character that doesn't go like away from the mode, like this pretty standard magical girl character, pretty standard and cliche, but in a way that's executed super well. Like I value that a lot, which is why she is on this spot on the list. Also because I like pink, lol, and so I really like her design. And well, like most magical girls, she also like I was talking about this in my Beyond Citadel stream, but I really just like classical femininity. So the fact that she can do all these things while never like losing that like super girlish appeal, especially when combined with the pink is just beautiful. Let me see. She also has some really good scenes. Like uh, outside of just the fan service like angle, I just really like her scenes because they further go to show her like strength of character. Like it may seem weird to say that, but in a lot of her scenes, like Baser, uh like is trying to torture information out of her, and like it's clear that like she's in a pretty bad position, that Haruka really wants to just like tell Baser the information, get this over with, but she always keeps this like hero like determination of never, I'm never betraying my friends. And the fact that she can like be so badass while literally bent over and having her ass spanked, like the fact that she can keep being so admirable even in such a humiliating situation. Oh, I love Haruka. Okay, I really do. But still, as amazing as I think Haruka is, she's still pretty standard, you know? There isn't anything too different to her. I really appreciate like this thing of like um again the well executed cliche, but especially for a series like this, which I know can like do even better than that. I don't think she should be elevated too much above the spot. Still a really great spot, because again I really like her, but not she's not on the top five essentially, just shy of it, you know. Also, well, her whole corruption arc, as you can see here, is pretty interesting, and like I really like where it's going. It's definitely I really don't like that they strayed too much away from what I liked about her. So I'm kind of conflicted. In one way, I like it has a story, but it kind of diminishes her character appeal for me. Still, her nun sexy nun outfit is super sexy to the point where I can't really show a full picture of it here because it would get my channel nuked, you know? So, yeah. But with that all out of the way, let's continue. Number 14, Tenkawa Kauruko, or Magia Sulfur. And the reason she's so high on the list is because she's the exact opposite of like Haruka. She's a very like out of the mold soda character. She's in fact one of those characters that's supposed to like break the cliche, you know? Because she at least appears superficially has this like refined and very like well mannered cutesy like lady slash magical girl, when that could be further for the truth from the truth. She is a straight up delinquent. She's a straight up no, I just want to beat you to the ground. Like she doesn't even like using her standard magical powers, like using the scepter and like the balls of energy and anything like that. Like the first opportunity she gets, she just busts out the fist and like tries to turn like gushing over magical girls into a shonen. And I really hate these kinds of characters. Like I really hate this like trope of, oh, we subverted your expectations, and like this girl that you thought was super cute, actually she's just like a badass girl boss. I really hate that. So the fact that the author of Gushing Over Magical Girls picked a character like this and made her unironically one of my favorites, just masterful. I love Kaoruko. Again, I shouldn't. Like she's literally the type of character, one of the types of character I generally hate most. But she's so well executed. She's so funny. Like this aspect of this more subversive image of her is not just a gimmick, it's actually developed and used in creative ways in the story. Like and she doesn't just go from like this cutesy girl that's actually like very like simply a badass. Like she actually like goes way over the top, and like we can see with scenes like this, like she is just really violent and like really like foul mouthed, and just this really tomboyish kind of delinquent character. Just it's she goes so over the top. I can't help but love these scenes, even if they're doing something I generally dislike. Like when you see like her screaming over apparently being assaulted by a monster, only for the two magical girls to like around the corner, and they just see her like being, who the fuck do you think you're fucking with, huh? Like that was comedy gold. Comedy gold. I cast brick. That kind of thing. And like in general, I just like that the characters in like Gushing Over Magical Girls, and especially Kaoruko, are allowed to swear. You don't see that in a lot of anime, especially not cutesy magical girl anime. So like seeing a character that's allowed to give the middle finger, that's allowed to swear, that's allowed to be so crass, and it's such a like over the top way is super cool. Her powers too, I really like the whole, again, even though it's supposed to be subversion, like I really like how cool it is, like how she uses her fists and how she really seems to love to battle like a shonen character. Just really cool. He also has a pretty a lot of people say love hate, but I just see it as hate relationship with Kiwi, and it is just great, man. I really like their scenes together. And overall, I really like how the subversion aspect in general is used in her arcs, because again, it's not a superficial thing. Like there's one arc where for example on this panel, uh Utena is kicking her ass and she's acting like this like girl like standard girlish magical girl, where she's like, oh no, please don't do this with me, until she figures out how Utena's power works, which was what she was trying to do in the first place, and she's like, yeah, show's over, now I'm going to kick your ass. And she just activates her two massive punches. Like, oh, that was beautiful. There's also a scene, since we can like talk about spoilers here, where she seems like she's going to betray the magical girls in order to join Ernormeta, right? Which is the kind of evil organization. And like the other girls are super like shocked, like, no, how could you betray us, and it's really played as this kind of betray one of the heroes betraying the group, where it could be further from the truth, because it's actually a scene of inverse subversion. Like you think she's just going to follow the usual delinquent character tropes, and then just you find out that no, what she was trying to do is get Utena, who at this point is uber powerful, to lower her guard in order to like give a surprise attack so she can win and kind of spare her friends who are in a difficult situation. There's also the point in the manga where she achieves La Verita, so it's complemented with a really cool scene, transformation scene, and like just her La Verita design is just great. I love Chinese dresses, and I really like how they incorporated it in a way that's not just sexy but ultra badass as well. Like how they incorporate the rings and her whole more fist fighting, like kind of fighting style, while adding like this element of super speed, the blitz angel, and some like electric abilities. It's just her La Verita form is just peak, genuinely peak. You know. Let me see if there's another. Oh yeah, and it's really interesting because, like I said, both Magia Magenta and Magia Azul kind of get corrupted at some point in like the manga, right? And so she goes from being the most foul-mouthed, delinquent, and like this more subversive kind of character to literally at this point in the manga being the, like she says in this panel, the only semi-decent magical girl left just because she isn't a total pervert. In fact, she even develops, to give even more spoilers, a pretty like pure love type of relationship, this admiration, this crush in with Haruka. And I do think they are a really cutesy couple. It's one of my ships in like Gushing Over Magical Girls. So yeah, it's really nice, like the layers of subversion that they use with her and how it's executed. It's just all amazing. I really like Kaoruko. Like she's just great as a character. I can't sing her praises enough. But she's still like a type of character I really don't like, and that takes away some points. Not very many, because, like I said, the author really did some genius work here, taking a cliche I generally despise and making her unironically one of the best characters in like the whole manga. But she's still like a character trope I generally despise. So like I can't really elevate her too much as well. She's in a really good spot though, as you can see. 14 out of 18, just amazing. And someone asked before, number 15, Araga Kiwi, or Leopards. And this girl is just really cute, man. Like her design on her more civilian clothes is like super cute. Her relationship, like her sort of really obsessive, like raging lesbian type relationship of love with Utena is really cute. I really like their development. They are like my third ship for Gushing Over Magical Girls. I really like the scenes of Kiwi with Utena. I really think they're super cute. Uh, like she has a very, because pretty much like I'm going to tackle this more like later, but a lot of characters are kind of act as big sisters for Korisu, right? With Utena and Haruka being like these more kinds of like responsible and kind-hearted like big sisters to her, and like Kiwi being this more like trollish kind of like average big sister that like she Haruka and Utena kind of more idealized big sisters where they are these nice and caring people that are there to like just give a good example to Korisu, while Kiwi is more of a like standard realistic big sister where she trolls like Korisu like constantly, but you can see that she still loves her, and like deep down she cares deeply for her and just wants the best for her, like creating some really cute scenes with the two. Her design is also like really cool and unironically one of the sexiest in like the whole of Gushing over Magical Girls, to the point where like I have to like show it in this more like unfocused version, because putting any sort of focus, like any sort of zoom on her any part of her design, is probably going to get my channel nuked. And as with the other characters, she's also really cool. Like I was talking about, like the stars kind of signify how powerful a character is. And at the start, people think that she's a zero star because, like I said, you can't see any star on her. And then so they think, oh, so she's the weakest character. And so it's kind of this really badass moment where she reveals that no, I actually have 3 stars. I'm actually one of the most powerful characters here. I was just like holding myself back. Like it's just super cool to see her kind of being underestimated and kind of humiliated, made fun of, and treated as this like a super weak character, only for her to be like, huh? But aren't we just getting started? Oh, that was so badass. So yeah, I really like Kiwi. And the fact that they still managed to put some comedy in and justify how we never saw this form before, because like it's very magic intensive and she can't control it too well until she achieves like her La Verita state. It's just really cool too. I just really like Kiwi in general, in pretty much every aspect. She's one of the best characters in Gushing Over Magical Girls. But yeah, I'm going to read some comments before we get to the next character, which I kind of spoiled, but no, whatever. Anyway, blah 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 blah. Okay, this is a Pokemon reference. I came late. Who was the first one? Like like the worst character in Gushing Over Magical Girls, it was just Utena's, Matama's, and Kauroko's mothers. Just because they're kind of more background characters that pretty much just appear in one scene, don't do much of importance, and just fuck off. It's kind of an easy, like, worst character, because it's not that they're really bad, it's just that they just don't do much, you know? The dumb Genki Pink. Speaking of which, oh wait, which pink magical girl is your favorite? I will answer that later. The average Bakadere pink magical girl. I love all of them. You too, Teto. Which one is your favorite? Crazy how my favorite was always the pink or yellow one. I kind of like how Precure broke the mold with Hirogaru and made the main girl blue. Interesting. I'm anime only, but I think my favorite was the yellow one, Sulfur, I think. Uh, Depression, sadness. What did I just stumble into? Welcome to the stream. We're ranking like waifus in Gushing Over Magical Girls. Giga Chat Conference, the Council of Based. La Verita soon, by the way. But anyway, cute, feminine, and kind female characters being monstrously strong and determined has a charm to it that I can't describe. That. Exactly. That's what I mean. Girl so powerful she beats up kaijus barehanded before making a contract. They're talking about Sulfur now. Sulfur carried every fight against the protags in the anime, to be honest. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. This kind of like is not the case anymore. It's not that she isn't like powerful anymore, but in the manga now, the 3 magical girls are kind of like balanced. They all have their role to play. None of them really stands out as much as they did in the anime. They're all kind of like an actual team where every single one is important, you know? Sulfur is my spirit animal. Of course it is. I love Sulfur. Sulfur, my beloved. I like that she actually reinforces the trope, because despite her violent nature, she still cares deeply for the innocence and safety of little kids. So she still has a nice and kind side. Yeah, I really I didn't even like mention that, but yeah, she avoids using her like fist weapons like in the presence of little kids, because she wants to keep the magic of the like pure and dignified magical girl in front of them. So yeah, that aspect is pretty cool. I want Sulfur to beat me up instead. God damn it. Instead of just being some pretentious subversion. In a way, it's kind of like Madoka Magica. People call it a subversion of Mahou Shoujo anime. It's actually a reinforcement of the genre. I want Sulfur to insult and harass me. Why are you like this? But yeah, I do agree with Otakami here that in a way she actually reinforces the trope, which is probably why I like her so much, because it seems like a subversion on the surface, but it's actually more of a reinforcement of the trope and just a really good character in general. Her big hands design is great. That it is. Hello everyone. Hello Metal Wolf. Otakami, what do you mean by reinforcement this context? How is Madoka reinforcing? I'm genuinely curious, I never thought about it. I call these stories reconstructions instead of deconstructions. I think all good subversions slash deconstructions are reconstructions. That's a discussion that I think we should have on a different stream. Like right now, this is a bit too highbrow for like a waifu ranking. By the way, La Verita means the truth in Italian. And yeah, that makes sense because like you can see that because the La Verita designs are more like especially for the magical girls, they're more unique in comparison to the standard magical girl form, which is well standard for all of them. Like it being called the truth, like revealing the true power, the true self, especially given that it's based on emotions, like on then accepting themselves and going through a major character arc. Like that makes a lot of sense and it's really cool. Okay. And all of this is just talking about Madoka. So we're going to go on a little bit of a like tangent here and we're going to talk about Madoka. Ignorant people love calling Madoka deconstruction simply because it's the dark and edgy magical girl anime. It actually reinforces the themes and hope of not giving up. These people are so focused in the superficial details they don't pay attention to the actual message of Madoka. One day, she and Utana will finally go on a hotel. Talk about Kiwi probably, and yeah, hopefully. If Madoka or Haruma gave up and lost hope midway, would it be considered a deconstruction? It does deconstruct some aspects of the genre, like turning the small creature which gives magical girls, which creates magical girls, into a villain. But it reinforces the primary themes of the genre. So deconstruction is basically telling part of the story. She's the best big sister for Nero Ellis. Again, talking about Kiwi. I don't know if she's the best, but she's definitely like a great big sister for her. Deconstructing some individual aspects while faithfully carrying the spirit of the genre is like creating a new take on it, hence reconstruction. Yeah, I think I agree then that the best deconstructions are reconstructions, are like a new way to view the genre, not just like punching it and like saying, oh, look how dumb it is, like a lot of bad writers do. So yeah, I do agree with that. Fun fact, the term deconstruction actually comes from culinary. It was TV tropes that first started misinterpreting the term in fiction in a way that has nothing to do with the actual meaning. I also think that Madoka Magica may have pioneered the concept of magical girls frequently infighting and just focusing on survival rather than their duty, but are not super versed in magical girl. 3 stars, it's 3 stars, still kind of weak, no? For the point we are in the manga right now, it's very much weak, but at the point we were when this review was done, absolutely not. So I'm not sure. That would actually be Princess Tutu. I love her animal ears. Went a bit off topic, lol. But yeah. Yeah, I also really like the animal ears on Kiwi. Really cute. But now we're going to like one sec. I wonder if the author will reveal more about the magic system in Mahoako or just leave it to the imagination. Otakami, I was about to say that. I think it's best to leave it more to the imagination. I like that. It's kind of a soft magic system where like magic is just allowed to do whatever, like as long as it makes sense in the story. Like I really like that it isn't more of a oh hello crow a tree. I like that it's more of a element that's allowed a little bit more freedom. It isn't this like super structure, super detailed thing. It's just allowed to be magic. So I really hope they actually don't, you know? But anyway, I don't think it's necessary to explain everything, but I'm curious if stuff like Makima coming alive will be more relevant. And I can agree that it would be nice to get more explanation to things like that. But without further ado, let's get on with the list. Uh, Number 16, Mori no Korisu or Nero Alice. I have to go, but thanks for the stream, Obscure. Glad I at least had this time to see the whole ranking. See you. See ya. But we aren't done with the ranking, actually. Uh, anyway. And yeah, I really like Nero Alice because, well, Alice, first of all, but generally, I think that the stake on the Alice like design is just really cool. And I really like that we are at first led to believe that Nero Alice is this more like kind of emotionless, kind of like very uh like Ayana Mirai kind of character when that couldn't be like further from the truth, you know? Like she's in fact one of the the most expressive characters in Mahoako. To the point where like if you had to pick a character to like take screenshots of and use as like reaction images, Korisu would probably be like what is it? Like the best character for you to do so. Just because she doesn't just have the usual like uh neutral and small smile expression that are common to these types of characters. She can also do some more goofy faces like this. She can also get a lot more excited and participate in some really cute scenes like this. She can get genuinely excited and like show a lot of emotion like this. Participate in some more funny like cool scenes like this, and even has a smug expression because smug lol is a peak. I also really like her whole like I really like characters in general with big foreheads. So yeah, that's a big plus for me too. And let me just see if I have. Yeah, I do. I do have more screenshots of her amazing expressions. Yeah, we'll talk about this later. But what else? I also really like that Nero Alice isn't mute. She can talk, but she very rarely does. I think she only does, even in the manga, like a couple of times, and generally she like more whispers in someone's ears. In general, she is effectively a mute character. So it's actually kind of important for her to have such like a wide range of really expressive, well, expressions, really expressive faces, because you can she doesn't have any real dialogue throughout the story. So to tell what she's thinking, to you can kind of understand like what she is going through, what she means, like what she kind of thinks about the situation she's in. The expressions need to convey this much, and they do. Like the author really gave themselves a challenge of being like, oh no, I need to write a like really memorable character with no dialogue, and they pulled it off masterfully. I really like Nero Alice in this regard. With the baby play thing, Nero Alice is also one of the most powerful and one of the most terrifying like characters in Mahoako, because she pretty much just has Utana's powers, where she can like turn things, especially her toys, into like she can make them come alive and become her servants, right? And she can use trap called the dollhouse, where she can trap a character in a magical space that she designed, and whilst the trap there, like they're under like her control. She's pretty much god in this space, and they can't do anything about it really. Like I think there's only one instance of characters breaking out of her magic, and it's pretty much right at the beginning when she isn't too used to her powers yet. So yeah, if you fall into this trap, you're pretty much done. The only thing really limiting, like Alice to and making her more balanced with the other characters is that one, she is the youngest character I think in Mahoako. So she has a really small magical reserve, and so she gets tired really easily. Like, which is why, despite having such crazy powers, uh, like she isn't just curb stomping everyone. Uh, Her other weakness is that, like I said, the powers in Mahoako are kind of based on emotions, right? And as expressive as she is, she doesn't have too many like explosive emotional moments. She still kind of adheres a little bit to the whole emotionless character that she's initially introduced as, and so that in general limits the extent of her magic. You know, but still, even with those limitations, she's crazy powerful, as you can probably imagine just by my descriptions. To the point where, like, the whole baby play thing, where she, like, traps Haruka in this dimension and pretty much turns her into a baby, or at least turns, like, manipulates her perception to be that of a baby, and does the whole baby play thing. Like the fact that they managed to make something that silly, genuinely terrifying, just goes to show like uh, how much more scary Alice could be if she really wanted to. Like it's great. And this expression in specific, I think it's one of the best adapted like single panels from the manga into the anime. Like they just they generally like take away some of the energy from manga to anime. They just completely kept all the energy there, all the detail, all the emotion in the anime. Just beautiful. The anime in general is a great adaptation, but like this scene specifically is just masterful. The fact that they managed to not take anything away from the scene in the manga is just great and very rare too. And since we were talking about how crazy powerful this girl is, like in the few instances where she does let her emotions flow and just gets a whole ton of stars, like it really is crazy powerful. To give a bit of context, in this scene, pretty much every single girl uh is fighting. Every single character in the manga that has been introduced at this point in the manga is fighting, and they're all in their La Verita forms. They're all at their most powerful. And Alice, who hasn't even unlocked La Verita yet, like this is just her base form getting excited. She like absorbs and traps them all into this game console that she designated as her like dollhouse, right? And she turns everyone into a video game. Like, do you understand how insane that is? She just took every single character at their most powerful by herself, and they couldn't do anything about it. She just from getting excited, genuinely excited, she defeated the entire cast of Mahoako in one fell swoop, and turned them all into a video game that they play throughout the arc, and that it's obviously a parody of Dark Souls, and it's just pretty cool. Again, it's a really funny and really creative and cool arc. But when you start to think about what she actually did in lore, it's just really terrifying, you know? But really cool. Fuck. So what, like, if I like Alice so much, what kind of like ruins it? What kind of like makes it so she isn't at the very top, you know? And it's this like it's a pretty cool joke. It's a pretty like haha kind of funny thing that for a manga has the praised as gushing over magical girls. Like for some reason they always like avoid uh they always do their best to sexualize as little as possible Korisu, right? Like there will be scenes where all the girls are being assaulted by tentacles, and then all the other girls are literally being like stripped of their clothes, and then the tentacles will just be holding Alice like by her feet, you know. And again, the joke is funny, and it's not like the author is an anti-lolicon. There are like lollies that are sexualizing the manga quite like heavily. So it's just a Korisu only joke. And again, it is a really good joke. But I really want to see her in her panties, man. I like if that happened, she would easily. If the author allowed her to be genuinely participate in the scenes and to be more the butt of some of them, just like the other girls, should definitely be in the top spot. But for now, we have number 17, Tanaka Michiko or Imitatio Imitation. And holy shit, what a glow up. If you don't remember at this point, Tanaka Michiko in her lower than normal form was literally like the third worst character in Mahoako. And now she's the second best. Because after she is utterly defeated and humiliated by Utena, right? Like she actually takes one of the like the transformation like accessories from one of the magical girls she slain, right? And uses it to like get magical powers again. Like aligning herself with the other two like magical girls that we mentioned here, Momomori and Randa, in order to create like organization called the Shio-chans, right? Exactly from imitation, right? You get the pun? Anyway, because they're kind of classified themselves as imitation magical girls. And the whole point is that they are using the magical girl powers, but they're not good people, like the three like magias, right? The tres magias. They're actually just using these powers in order to for Tanaka to get her revenge on like Utena from humiliating her. And unfortunately, her design has a magical girl. Is her Laverita design as a magical girl is so lewd that I actually can't show it. So I kind of have to imply it with these two more like unfocused images. And you can kind of guess how it works. And hopefully, my channel won't get banned, you know? But yeah, her La Verita form is like one of the most unique in the manga as well, since due to the trauma of being treated like a child and literally spanked in the butt, like she develops a really like a genuine trauma. Uh with like being spanked, you know, to the point where if anyone touches her butt, like she gets super like defensive. She gets super like bothered by it, you know, and that's kind of molds her La Verita form. Since now she kind of wants to go to what's the name, she kind of wants to uh overcome this trauma of hers, but it still affects her, meaning that transforming her La Verita form into that of a younger girl and obviously leaving her ass completely uncovered has a more manifestation of this trauma. And she uses it pretty well because obviously, if Tanaka Michiko just appeared right away again the story, you'd know who she is, you know. But the fact that her La Verita form, she can maintain her La Verita form like indefinitely, as well as the fact that it is so different from her main form, like she uses that to her advantage in order to uh, kind of pretend that she's a different person. And there's this whole arc of like Utena kind of feeling a sense of familiarity when she sees Imitation for the first time. And like more hints begin to add up until we get to like the great reveal of like her actually just being lower than Normie, like trying to get her revenge using a magical girl's powers, you know? It's just a really well developed twist that is just really good. I really like how they did that, and I just couldn't guess it, you know? Like, it legit, this had my jaw drop to the floor when it happened because it makes sense. Like it genuinely makes sense, and like when you see all the details, you can see, oh my god, they yeah, this like the author was making this so obvious from the start, and I didn't notice. Like, it's a really good twist. And what's interesting is that though she starts essentially just using the magical girl's powers to get her revenge, like she really does care for like Randa, like that magical girl that I said fell in love with her after she spared her from the magical girl hunts, right? And though their relationship is like super toxic, like the fact that it's still used, the fact that like it's shown that despite everything she does really care for Randa and does want the best for her, and that she is willing to like sacrifice everything to save her, to the point of like that being her being threatened is what gives like imitation the emotional power boost, right? Is just very cool. And it's an interesting way to develop the character because you see this character that was a really bad villain transformed into this like kind of imitation magical girl, just using their magical powers in order to try to get revenge. And when she realizes that, oh, hey, I'm a magical girl now. There are people that are important to me. There are people that I want to save. There are people that, despite all my flaws, because like obviously Enormeta are still the bad guys, they're still the villains, so the people cheer against them. They begin to cheer for Imitation to defeat like Utena as she's being humiliated. And she does by both concentrating her feelings for like Randa, as well as by realizing that she can be a hero. She goes from being like the absolute worst villain in the series to one of the best heroes, to one of the best, if not the best, magical girl in all of like Gushing over Magical Girls. Like her whole arc of going to the side of good is just so well developed, so like um it spans so many chapters, and all those chapters are just really well written, with mystery, with like the development of the characters, with like the ascension of a villain to a hero, and not only a hero, one of the best heroes, and her genuinely assuming this more like heroic magical girl personality, even apologizing because during her introduction she kind of insulted the Tres Magias as being weaklings that she didn't need. She genuinely apologizes to them and begins to work with them in order to like contribute to the hero side, to defeat the Normeta. She genuinely becomes a good guy. She genuinely develops into a good guy. And the fact that the author took such a shitty villain and made this a whole amazing arc that culminated into the birth of a hero, it's just amazing, man. I really, like I said, this manga, as silly as it may seem, it has some powerful stuff in it. Like, that scene genuinely moved me, man. It genuinely did. And yeah, here's the scene of, like, that I said, of then apologizing for like how they treated them and becoming better people. Here's the scene of Tanaka like kind of accepting and embracing her role, her new role as a magical girl. And it's just all really cool. Like, Tanaka really gets the biggest, one of the biggest glow ups I've ever seen in anime and manga. And it's just beautiful to see. Also, the a couple of interesting things to note. One, her lolly design is just very cute and very sexy. Just just as I was complaining that I thought the author was anti-lolly or something like that, they just dropped this on me, and I was just like, oh, okay, okay. I didn't think you were this based, you know. Uh, and the fact that it's not just a lolly design, but that they really improve on like her human side and like genuinely make her a lot prettier than she was as Lord and Normie. Like, it's just really cool. Like, I really like how they not only like gave her this whole redemption or like improvement arc, like how they wrote that masterfully for her. Not only do I like this change in personality, and like I really like her new self, essentially, her new reformed self. I also really like, again, despite how toxic it was to begin with, how she, her relationship with Randa, how she really genuinely like cares for her. Um, and on top of that, she has the honor of being the world's first magical woman. Because yes, she's a woman capable of using magical girl abilities that, as the image tells you, is in her 20s. So yeah, a round of applause, everyone, for the world's first magical woman. But yeah, for all these things, Tanaka Michiko, in her reformed Imitasho persona, is the second best character in all of Mahoako. But let's go here. And to the surprise of absolutely no one, the most obvious like first place and the best waifu in all of Gushing Over Magical Girls is Hiragi Utena, or Magia Baser. Just come on. She's just the woman, the myth, the legend, okay? She's just amazing. Like, I know that making the main protagonist like the best waifu is kind of like boring or whatever, but she just is the best character in all of like Mahoako, She's pretty much the soul of the season, what defines it. Like, from her personality of being this more shy girl that when she gives into her desire, she becomes this very over the top sadist. Her obsession with magical girls and like her design and her powers, pretty much every single superficial aspect of her is just incredibly iconic and like incredibly well done, to the point where she is not just because she's the main character, but because she is genuinely one of the most standout characters in her anime. What you think when you think of Gushing Over Magical Girls? And I really like the balance too, because Utana is a great person, as we seen. She's a great she's a great big sister to like Korisu. She genuinely loves like Kiwi. She is a person that genuinely admires magical girls and what they do and tries to help out as much as possible. She's just a great person, but she's also a great villain, you know? And that's what makes her so great to me, because she is a great person. And so you think, oh, so how is she like the head of this evil organization? Like, if she's such a great person that just wants the best for uh, the magical girls, then how is she the head of this villain organization? And uh like, that's because her whole objective isn't like with like Oloda Normie, where she just wanted to take over the world and like kill the magical girls. If anything, she's on the side of the magical girls. Everything she does, well, is for her own desires. But outside of that, everything she does pretty much is to take the magical girls further, like even further beyond, to like genuinely get them to shine and to be their best version of themselves. She genuinely wants to the magical girls to become better, and everything she does in her actions as a quote unquote villain, ironically, is to the betterment of the magical girls. You know, and so how she subverts the villain trope while still and is this genuinely great person on the inside, while still having the very recognizable sadistic superficial side, and how both of these, like, not, they don't contrast, they combine themselves and elevate themselves in order to create a genuinely great character, is what makes her the best girl, the best waifu, the best character in Mahoako for me. Outside of that, I really like her. This isn't her La Verita form. This is just like what I showed with Alice, her more excited form. The one where she like kind of uh like her emotions overflow as she gets a bunch of stars, you know? And it's really interesting because this starts off as her like super form, but at this point that we are in the manga, this is her base form. Like, we advanced so much that this form, which was like kind of a oh my god, she's so powerful now kind of thing, is now her base transformation. She doesn't transform into this like short haired form anymore in the manga. She transforms into this from the get go now. That's how much things advanced. So it's a really great design and a really great hallmark of how far everyone has come at this point, you know? Just some more images of her. Just I said that the like Alice's expressions were great, but if there's one character that's second place in the whole, like, you can make reaction images out of her, that's Utena, man. Like, her expressions are also a thing of beauty, you know. In general, the expressions of the characters in this manga are amazing, but hers is just peak, you know. Just how is this woman so sexy? How is this she so sexy? My dick is hard right now just looking at this. Genuinely. So there's also that too. And like I said, how again this more horny, sadistic side combines and elevates her genuinely good nature, especially towards the magical girls, is really cool. She's also obviously like the character with the best scenes, like both when she's defeated and like is the butt of the joke, as well as in her obviously more sadistic usual way of like making scenes with the other characters. They're just great, man. Amazing. It's also really nice how, at this point in the story, she's a lot less shy than she was when she first donned the costume. But you can still see some parts of this even at this point in the manga. Like you can see that the shy, more well behaved girl didn't go away. It's just that she gave so much into like her more perverted side that that is starting to manifest even in her more civilian form, you know? It's nice to see traces of her original personality, like even at this point in the manga. And just outside of the whole waifu aspect as well, like, look at this shit, man. Like, she has legit some of the coolest moments as well, and some of the most amazing, just the most absolutely. I don't even know how to describe the most peak like single manga panels in this whole manga. My god, like this go so hard, man. I love it. I love both these moments. And again, these are just some examples I could find. Like a multitude of great moments with her, both in the anime and in the manga, that just solidify her as like the sexiest, the coolest, the most like one of the most well developed, uh, like and best characters in Mahoako, like the face of the city, just everything. Okay, pretty much all I did to make this list was okay, Hiragi Utena is the best, undisputed. So let's see how the other characters compare to her, and that will determine their spot in the list. You know, that's how I did this. That's how much I like Utena. Uh, and now we pretty much finished the list, so I'm just going to give you now to kind of finish off some fun facts. First, this is the first this is Utena's first ever appearance in the manga. Like as you can see, it helps to hallmark how much the art style of Magical Girls, Gushing over Magical Girls improved. It was already really good, as you can see from the beginning, but it's just interesting to see how much more it has advanced to the point of Utena's like introductory appearance being pretty much unrecognizable from like the Utena that we have today, you know? So that's also one thing that's interesting to like see. And one thing that's also really interesting is that you can't really see that. By the way, this is her La Verita form. Like, uh, this is pretty much the only panel I could find of her La Verita form that wouldn't get me banned off this website because that's another thing I forgot to mention. Like, all the La Verita designs are very good. They're very well designed and very sexy, but Utena's also takes the cake. Like she has probably the sexiest base design and the sexiest La Verita design. It's just great as well. But one thing that a lot of people don't notice, generally due to how she's posed in relation to other characters, like it really feels like it's just like angle thing. Like she's being posed in a position of superiority due to her role as like more sadist type character. But no, she actually like both in her magical girl form and in her La Verita form especially gets a significantly taller. So when you see her tower over other characters, that isn't because she's a like tall girl naturally. She's actually pretty small, as we can see here. It's just that her magical girl form, to kind of emphasize her nature, actually makes her taller, especially again in her La Verita form. So yeah, that's just a really cool fun fact. Let me just see. But yeah, with that, we've finished the ranking. Now I'm going to read some comments and then we're going to start with the audience's ranking. Uh, oh my god, you commented so much. Holy shit. Okay. I was wondering because of Vienna wanting to study Machina. Ah, okay. Alice, where is Alice? Oh, I will fill Sun's place. Hello, Fischio, welcome to the stream. We all know why she's high. Come on, I think I gave more justifications outside of Korisu just being a lolly for why she's higher on the list. Big forehead, 5 head even. Hell yeah. Holy Takagi too. Say a level 4 head. Oh, the tears, they won't stop coming. So big it fits 3 stars on the head alone. Finally, someone who also has a thing for lollies with big foreheads. That's peak. Hell yeah. That face is how I imagine baby play a fans. Shivers. Nero Alice is cute and funny. She's kind of introverted, basically. Lolly in Yuri manga equals perfection. True. Uh, Imagine if she took control of the garden in BS2. She even has a mommy form to complement it. Yeah, I didn't even get to tackle her her mommy form that she sometimes takes during, like, when she uses her abilities. That's just I'm not even gonna comment, or I'm actually going to like start gooning on stream, and nobody wants that. But yeah, now that we're in this image, I really like their. It's kind of a minor point, but I really like all their swimsuit designs. Like, I really just think they all look great. Even like Alice, which is designed to pretty much just desexualize her as much as possible. Even her swimsuit design still does things to me. Anyway, God, what a top lolly! Hell yeah, her goofy face, Lamau. So this is the Dark Souls of Loco. One funny thing about this panel that also may be a coincidence is the name of the case, maybe a reference to Alicesoft, like the hentai game company, right? Nice. Michiko is easily my favorite. Becomes lolly, goes from worst to second best, priority. Come on, man, it's not just because of that. I gave my justification. It's not just because of that. But yeah, it is a good part of that, yes. Whoa, Michiko got corrected. I think it's the only Laverita so far that changes her physical form instead of just the clothes. No, like the only like the Laverita forms generally change the physical form as well. It's just that it's more it changes then in more minor ways. Like her stands out because of how much she changes in her Laverita form, but all of them like change a lot. Like change physically in their Laverita forms. Anyway, literally, lol, she begging to be spanked while drunk was funny. Yeah, that was a pretty funny scene. When her butt was first touched and she lost it, that's when it clicked for me. Oh my god, the fact that like something as silly. This is also a thing I love about Mahoako, which I already talked about. Like the fact that Mahoako can take things so fucking silly and genuinely like make them into a serious and just like actually amazingly written plot points is great for me. Just amazing. The fact that the butt, like the spanked butt, is literally a key to the solving of the mystery. Like peak manga, peak manga. But anyway, sorry for being low key now. It's just that I'm chilling with the live OBS. Whatever. Like, it doesn't matter to me if you comment a lot or if you're more of a lurker. If you're enjoying the stream, that's all I want. Like, I really appreciate everyone who's here. Magical hag. The world's first magical fossil, just like Unk. Uncle Way, how dare you? How dare you? Her redemption arc is also great for Utana's goals. Exactly, as we talked about later on. Teto, wait, you're telling me OA is secretly a magical uncle? No, 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 fuck you, no! Utana is simply the goat. She's not a her, she's her. Floof, yes. And then there's the other form. OA Goonie on stream for real, no, no. The evil grin will look right at home in Yu-Gi-Oh! Exactly. Giving Quattro and Yami Marik a run for his money on the unhinged villain smile competition. Exactly. They even talking about her berserking form when she was losing control. It's because that was more of not her. Like, I want to talk more about Utena herself. Like talking about her in her berserking form, it's kind of like uh I don't know. That's not her to me, you know? And it isn't her to herself. She really regrets what she did while in that form, and she wasn't even in control. It was more like Venalita fucking with her. So yeah, that's why I didn't talk about it, because I don't consider that Utena really, you know? It was an important arc since she was actually holding back her sadism the whole time. No, it was an important arc, and like her embracing that sadism and like using it to become stronger and to actually achieve La Verita eventually is important. But again, that's an important event for her development, but it isn't a her, which is why I didn't want to talk about it. But then ended up losing control for a brief time. Off topic, but have you ever played Brown Dust 2? I love how Alice's swimsuit is basically a prison uniform and booty shorts. You know what? Now that you gave me that interpretation, I like it even more. Anyway, and no, I haven't played Brown. One sec. I haven't played Brown Dust 2. Uh, yeah, the only gacha games I've played, I think, are FGO, which I quit, like, and Blue Archive and Nikkei, which is are the ones I'm maintaining right now. Oh, I never noticed the physical changes in the others. I even forgot that Utena grows taller in her Laverita for some reason. Alice has the same swimsuit as Tom the Cat. Okay, now you ruined it for me. That's a classic swimsuit from the industrial age, I think. Yeah, like the more alternative interpretation is what I'm going for because it makes it better for me. But yeah, that's what they're going for. It's a really like classic like sort of less sexy swimsuit than what we have today, but like less sexy for other people because this is still pretty hot for me. I just wish she like it. I really like her swimsuit, but I really wish she was allowed to wear more sexy clothes and be more sexualized in general. But yeah, this isn't bad. This just would prefer something else. But anyway, lol. Hello, Genérico Jerônimo. Welcome to the stream. I played only the first Brown Dust, but I heard Brown Dust 2 almost got censored on Steam. Yeah, they weren't able to even publish it on Steam, since Steam would have, like, actually, like, required them to censor it. But yeah, now we're caught up. So now we are going to start with the audience's ranking. And this time, I'm going to, true crowd. True Crow A3. True. She does have. I wouldn't. I don't know if it is the best, but it's definitely one of the best. Like Utena swimsuit. Yes. What else? What else? Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Now we're going to start with the audience's ranking. And I'm going to do something different this time. I'm going to go through the list again. And like your guys are going to have a number between 1 and 18, which is the placement you think the character deserves. I'm going to take into account like I'm going to show a character, for example, the Mons here, and you're going to say like 1 or 11 or 16, like depending on what placement you think the character I'm showing right now deserves. And if you can offer an explanation, that will add weight to like your vote essentially. And that's how we're going to make this list this time. I think it's a better way to make the list than what we used before. So for now, let's start. Which I hate you, Otakami. But yeah, like I said, like it's a reverse top 10. So 1 is the worst and 18 is the best, you know? So like I want you to give a position to them using that kind of classification system. I'm going to wait a bit. Uh, and then we're going to go to the next one. Well, it does. Let me read some other comments. Brown Dust 2 is like the gooniest game to ever surpass the Google Terms of Servants. Like, how is that still up? They even tried to censor it voluntarily once, but the community would not let them, rightfully. Lamau. Yes, the Mons, the characters on screen right now. Audience ranking, yeah. The author could give these freely modest swimsuits. Don't Blue Archive have those? Personally, I actually am going to give a hot take here. Like, I prefer the like classic industrial age swimsuit to the frilly swimsuits. So that actually be a downgrade for me. But yeah. Um, someone voted 18, so they're going to continue in that placement. What the fuck? One sec. Okay. Hey, wait, no, 18 is the best. Like you want them to be like you think they deserve the highest like placement in the list, or did you misunderstand me? Okay. One. Okay. Crow voted and no one else is voting right now, so I'm going to consider it. Okay. Which placement do you guys think that Miracle Mimiru deserves? Uh, the Mons are literally NPCs. I would put them on -1, but I can put lower than one. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. But yeah, what about yeah, you just agree with like my list then. You say like two. Yeah, there are 9 people in chat right now. So like I said, I like appreciate the lurkers obviously, but if some more people could vote, I would appreciate that. Again, no pressure, but I really would appreciate if people would vote a bit more, you know. I wonder. But anyway, uh okay, 2 4, I would put her at 7 or 4. I'm indecisive. uh let's meet halfway. She's going to be the new 3. Okay. Which placement do you think Lord and Orme deserves? And just so like we don't have to wait too much, I'm going to be commenting on some like what is it? Like what do you mean oi? Like one person voted 2. I saw that Baby Utena, bro. Yeah, Baby Utena is not on the list. Like we literally like I literally just use that image to say no. Mip-chan gave us that version of Baby Utena. Like Baby Utena is not on the fucking list. Okay, you can't put her at 18. Fucking. Anyway, I'm going to use this opportunity while you guys are voting to like talk about some things. Mm. One, if we're separating that form from the other. Okay, some people voted 5, 6, and 1 now. So again, let's meet halfway. And like, she's going to be the new 4. Per- Perfect. Uh, I think that outfit is a 9 or 10. Like, are you talking about her lolly form or are you talking about her normal Tanaka Michiko outfit? Okay, so you just like that. So since you gave a 9 or a 10, we're going to bump her up to 6. Perfect. Okay, perfect. Since she has a lolly form as well, fair. Yes, her lolly form is being considered. So yeah, that's what's bumping her. But now, like, which position do you think Vets and Venalita deserve? But yeah, like I said, I don't want to be silent too much since that would kind of kill the pacing of the stream. So while you guys vote, uh, I'm going to be talking about some random topics. Tremenda vem de rumo essa Jeff. Anyway, since you were talking about Brown Dust too, yeah, I'm really surprised, honestly, that like Brown Dust 2 has genuinely not been taken off the Play Store. I'm happy, honestly. Uh I think Crow understands that like a higher number, better rating. Otakami. Wait, Prin? Yes, Prin understands what we're talking about. That's why he gave her a 1. He thinks that she deserves the last spot. The mascots are either 18 or 17 for me. Higher number, better rating. Are you serious? Do you like rate them that highly? Do you like the mascots that much? Uh, what in the fuck is happening, bro? What the fuck are these ratings? Okay, fine. It's you guys' list. So, yeah, you're the one who's confused, Otakami, apparently. But yeah, 5, and apparently Otakami said something like 2, 18 for like Teto. So, yeah, let's meet halfway again and just give them a 5. Next Q is Mon. Uh, but yeah, I'm genuinely like shocked. Like, uh, how do I say this? I'm positively shocked that Brown Dust 2 uh like hasn't been taken off the Play Store yet. Because legitimately, like how because of legitimately just how lewd it is, you know? Like I literally saw one of like the outfits there, and yeah, a lot of them are really like fan servicey, but they're more standard fan service, like a girl with a tongue or like with a bunny suit, etc. But there's one that literally I think shows the girl's privates. Like she's pretty much naked, like her whole body is naked, and pretty much the only thing covering her is a pole. She's not even wearing like anything to cover it. It's literally just being covered by her weapon, you know? So like yeah, I really am surprised by Brown Dust 2 still being on the Play Store. Pleasantly surprised, mind you, but yeah, I am pretty surprised. We have 4, 3, and correction out of 18. Where do I place? Okay, we're going for a 4 then. Perfect. Korisu's mother. What rating do you give her? But yeah, I'm going to talk more about this on another, like on the podcast itself. But like, I don't know if this is just a weird perception, if I'm just like seeing things in an erroneous way, but like have panty shots become more accepted in like 3D Chinese gacha games? Because I swear, like if you see like some characters in like Wuthering Waves, for example, they completely forgot the shorts on them. Like, um, I've seen some characters in Wuthering Waves where if you look under their skirt, literally you can just see panties. Like they forgot the shorts. They literally been like actually just uncensoring that and just showing the fan service like bare for everyone to see. It's interesting to notice how much more panty shots are being kind of accepted in gacha games right now, especially these more mainstream 3D ones. Like I think I've seen that on ZZZ as well. Like I don't remember exactly which other character, but Zhao, like, it's one of the best examples of this. The new character release, Zhao. Like, if her skirt flips up, you can just see her panties. Like, those are not shorts. Like, you can just see the panties, okay? And so it's kind of interesting to notice. Also, with the swimsuits, so though that's a bit more like uh, ancient at this point, the swimsuits, like, we have. The swimsuits used to not be even thinkable in games of the sort, and now they're pretty standard. Like Wuthering Waves has them, ZZZ has them, and they actually put in effort to make them like genuinely sexy. They don't like hold back. They actually make some sexy swimsuits. So it's interesting to see like how we can have more outright fan service in gacha games right now, or at least that's the perception I'm having. I also remember another character. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to remember her name. Like the new character with the like very long and white kipao, right, with the brown hair. The new more waifu character. She's pretty much just wearing panties under there, and like she couldn't wear shorts since it would kind of ruin the outfit. But the fact that they made her like just wearing panties, like again, just goes to show how much more they're allowed to do now. But anyway, um, let's just see the like ratings that you guys gave so we can progress. And then I'll read some comments since you guys were talking about some pretty interesting things. 7, 5, Chorisu's mother, super pretty, maybe a 9. I would put her at 8. So we have, honestly, I forgot most months, so I'd say 3. Okay, the ratings are all over the place. So let me just see if I can like do an average of these things. Like 7, 5, 6, 9, 7, 3, 8. I'm going to put her at 8. That seems to be a good like rating. Uh because yeah, that seems to be a pretty good rating. We're going to put Korisu's mother at 8, and like now Sister Giant. Like, and while you vote, I'll be like reading your comments. Not only the outfits in Brown Dust 2 has live 3D, live 2D, I think you meant, dates where you can touch the girls, and it's very sexual, like hentai game level sexual. Just doesn't show the privates, but it almost does it. Oh yeah, I've seen that. It's even a popular video. I think one of those got like 25 million views on YouTube. Like, and yeah, like it's not just the outfits, like you said. Like those are also pretty uh like very, what's the name, like very over the top sexualized as well. And we have the burst animations too are just super out there for Brown Dust 2. And they have that mini game like I don't remember the one where you slap the girl's ass, right? Like that is just that's just a little much even for me, you know. But yeah, it's interesting to see just how over the top the fan service is in Brown Dust 2. Good mommy. Okay. Panty shots in this economy? Yeah, surprising, huh? Zao de la Bubu? Yeah, exactly. That's who I'm talking about. ZZZ is already based solely for giving a butt jiggle face. Yeah, they. I don't know why, but in anime games, those are very rare. I think only the first, like non 3DS Seran Kagura, like I think Shinobi Versus, I think Shinobi Versus, ZZZ, and like Nikkei. Some of the only anime games and anime in general out there that do butt jiggles, which I don't understand why they're so rare. Like they're super sexy. You think they would, especially in ecchi anime, would be utilized more, but no, they don't allow the butt to jiggle for some reason. So yeah, it is pretty based. Zao wears adult lingerie. Yeah, it's not just panties, it's sexy adult panties. Just, but anyway. In ZZZ, if you go to the beach and used camera to see Vivian's panties because she spawned. If you in ZZZ, if you go to the beach, you can use camera to see Vivian's panties because she spawns by the stairs. No, but I think Vivian is one of the characters that actually does wear like shorts. Like it isn't panties for her. She is wearing actual shorts there. So like you can see under her skirt, but it's not a panty shot. Oh, strings getting more people. Nice. Uh, and let's just get like done with this and then move on. And I'll continue after that. 9, 10, 11. Personally, maybe a 5. I don't know much about her personality, but she has a good design. Okay, so we have 10, which we have to like uh 10, 11, 9, 5. Fucking hell, where? Since someone gave her a 5 and 8 places already like taken, she'll remain at number 7. Yeah. Now, Momomori Momo or Pantano Pesca. Which rating do you give her? But anyway, thick nuns are always amazing. Yeah, a lot of you guys apparently are. Okay, put her in 10. She's a danger. Okay, so you went. Oh no, it's another vote. So yeah, I think most people would agree that she's a 10. So I'm going to. Again, I don't like nuns very much, but apparently you guys do, and this is your list. So I'm going to put Sister Giant at 10. 15? Really? Fucking. Anyway, Wu Wei still suffered censorship though. Had to give more butt covering panties to Fluidoris and nerf Cantarella's camel toes, aka. I didn't know that actually. That is a bit disappointing. But it's definitely less censored than like other games, especially now. Ass slap, yeah, like that's an actual written mini game where you use a girl and a girl who's wearing like a literal thong swimsuit. Use her like butt as kind of a drum, you know, as a spanking ass written mini game. It's very out there. Anyway, it's just you guys. saying how much you like nuns and voting. 8, 15, 6, 16. Momomori, I think, is 16. I'm judging by her design, by the way, guys. Don't worry. Where's the butt mini game from again? Brown Dust 2. I'm going to put it. No. Well, yes, there is one in Seran Kagura too, but we're talking about Brown Dust 2. That's the game where the butt mini game is from. Okay, let's see. 16. Okay, you're judging only by her. Okay, 6. Okay. 6, judging only by her design. 8, 15, 6. So we have two sixes. And Otakami says that though he loves hyper perv girls in anime and manga, she doesn't have too much going on. And so that's why you didn't give her too much of a like good ranking. Okay. Actually, this is something I'm first going to count your votes, and then we're going to talk about it because Teto like gives a good point here. But anyway, so 8, 15, and like two sixes that are very well. Oh, the magical girl design here. Uh, so 8, 15, and two sixes, one of which is well justified. So they're going to have more weight, and so okay, don't consider that. 15, bringing her to, yeah, I'm going to put her as the new 7. Perfect. Now Tandaranda, or Bazerga. But this is actually something interesting. Should I change the ranking system? Because I pretty much, I'll be honest, I stole this whole idea from another YouTuber, which is Sunburn Albino, right? And I'm pretty sure, like, I don't know if that's the case right now, but I'm pretty sure like he also does the reverse ranking system where one is the like worst and whatever placement like is the highest one is the best, you know. I'm pretty sure Sunburned Albino uses that system, and I'm basically just copying like this whole idea of the waifu rankings from him, which is why I've used the same thing in order to kind of keep in the spirit. But for future rankings, would you guys prefer if I like changed it, if I used a more standard ranking system of like the highest number being the lowest place and the number one being, well, first place? Like, would you prefer a more like standard ranking system, or would you prefer I continue with this one just for tradition's sake? One. I'm pretty sure you confused it. I wait. No, one. Yes. Yes. You're correct. Yes. Okay. One. 16. Uh, 16 for Randa. Like, you really like Randa, Teto? Are you getting confused again, or like, do you really like Randa that much? But yeah, assuming you really like Randa that much, we have a 10, 1, 16, and 17. Like, there's a person named Crow here who really likes Randa. So, Okay, you love Randa. Okay, so you didn't confuse things here. A lot of people like Randa, uh, but one really does not. So that's going to lower a bit. And yeah, let's just settle for. We already have like 10th place, right? So Berserker is going to be the new 11th place. And now we're going to like go to and no, you're not getting to judge these ones. I'm not adding I'm not actually adding like Haruka sisters to the list so you can like rate them. Fuck you. You get to rate Akuya Matama and like Anemo Nemo. And like the placements have to. Nah, you know what? Fuck it. It's you guys' list, and I know you want to, so I'm going to add this here. Like, fuck it. You can rank them. Uh, Going to add this again, and now the list goes from uh like 1 to 19 instead of 1 to 18, since I know you degenerates want to. If you also want me to, I can separate like Akoyo Matama and Anemonemo. Like I put them pretty much on the same placement, like on my list. But if you guys want me to separate the characters for your list so you can judge both of them like individually, I can do that and we can make this a 1 to 20 list. Okay, so you guys actually want them separated, so like I'm going to do that. And we're going to have a 1 to 20 list now. Is anyone else going to vote for Haruka's little sisters, or is it just going to be Otakami? Okay, I'm. You guys are voting for Matama and Anemo now, and I'm going to take those votes into consideration. But like, are any of you guys gonna vote for like? In that case, I change Randa to 19. Okay, so she's going to be 12 now. Okay, perfect. Uh, Teto rank the brats. Okay. What was I going to talk about? Okay. Oh yeah, I need to read some comments. I would give her, referring to Momo, an even lower design, mind you, but Monaco and dress are kinda unique. Kinda only. I think it's too late to change now. Okay, so just keep this one. Okay, so most people want me to keep the current like ranking system, and to like clarify that. Like the reason I don't use S, 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 A, B, etc. is because this isn't like tier list, right? This isn't like that kind of thing. This is a ranking. And the difference is that while in a tier list we have tiers, and so pretty much everyone in a particular tier is kind of sometimes they use like differentiations. Like they say that you can be on the lower B tier or the higher B tier, but generally, the characters in a particular tier are kind of more or less equal. They're more or less kind of just as good, if not they have very little difference in their quality between each other. I don't like that. I like a full on ranking. I like when we have a definitive worst and a definitive best, and like placements that make it so a character is evaluated as like fundamentally on the ranker's perspective better than the other characters that came before. So I'm not going to use the usual tier list system. We're just going to keep this one since most people seem to want that. 4 for Haruka's little sisters, the pretty NPC to me. Haruka's sisters 4, don't remember much about them. 5 for the Imotos. Okay, and 12. Okay, 4, 4, 5, 12. Let me see. God damn it, we actually don't have a good placement for that. Like, uh, we have okay, a lot of people seem to think they're NPCs. So unfortunately, like I'm going to have to, from the votes, give them 2. Like they're going to be two place 2 on the ranking. You know, I know that no one voted for this, but that's pretty much the only placement that kind of like represents the feelings I'm seeing for these girls, and that's left. You know, so yeah. Uh, anyway, let's see. And to the people who didn't, you can rank both Matama and Anemonemo. And we're separating them now because like you guys wanted me to separate them for your lists. So we have 13, 14, 17, 16. So we have these votes now for like Matama and Anemo. Uh, And now I really like Otakami and Teto to vote for like these two characters on screen right now. So we can have a good like indication, not just based on what Crow and like uh Prin think, you know? But anyway, okay. Otakami said tier lists are better for lists with dozens or hundreds of items being listed, like how powerful gacha characters are in a game, for example. Uh, aren't there online tools for averaging numbers? Yeah, but that would take too long, and this string has already been going on for more than 2 hours, so yeah, we're not doing that. Okay, let me count Nemo. Nemo 15, 10, 17, and 14, like kind of all over the place, but 17, 14, 15, 10. I'm going to give her like 14. And Matama is 11, 13, 11, 13, 16, 13. Again, I'm going to like balance it out with 13. Okay. Okay, Máquina or Roboko? Like, what do you guys think of her? And Otakami, like, as much as I don't like tier lists in general, just by how long a tier list of only like 20 characters like took, like it took me 2 hours to on stream make this list. And considering that I have to make these into videos in the future, like yeah, as much as I don't like tier lists on principle, I think in the future we're kind of gonna need to start using them. So yeah, I'll think about how I'm going to do that, how I'm going to switch from like one system to the other. We may have to, especially for series that I plan to cover with more characters, like Data Live or especially Girls on Panzer. I think we're kind of going to need to, as unfortunate as that is, go with like Teto Teto's suggestion of like doing a proper tier list format, you know? So yeah. Lowest possible. She's still new. I like her human form, but she lacks something. Okay, your vote is just straight up being disconsidered then. Like that opinion is garbage. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, most people seem to think that she is a 9 or a 10, and you don't think that she's too new and shouldn't get too high a rating. And we don't have a ninth spot right now. Now that I know this, so I'm going to give her a 9. And now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we don't have 11. We're going to have to put another person in 11 later. I like it when robot girls have pointy feet. I know it's weird, lol, but that adds to the robotic nature. I agree. I also like that. But again, now, what do you think about Sayo or Magiazu? And yeah, as I was ranting before, now that I think about it, like I said, especially for lists, for the streams to not have to go on for too long, and for me to actually be able to make videos with any like reasonable lengths in the future without having to cut much, I feel like unfortunately, especially for series with more characters, like I said, given that we've been like stuck here for almost 3 hours now for 60 chapter manga, which only I could only get 20 characters for the ranking. Yeah, I think we're going to need to make accelerate this by making like a proper tier list and going by explaining tiers instead of explaining character by character, because this is just going to be impossible for like a larger series for me to rank larger series. Otherwise, we're still going to keep this ranking system whenever possible because again, I don't like tier lists in principle, but I'll have to admit that it may be necessary at some point in the future in some specific series. But yeah. Okay, we have 11, 12, 16. Azul and Magenta are both hard to rank for me. I think I'll give Sayo a 13. And Crow thinks that Sayo is easily the best of Tres Magia. Um, Sayo is hard since she has so many developmental and fun moments. I say put her onto the current highest or put then above her. Uh, how do I do that? How do I do that? Because the 11th place isn't like occupied right now. There's one person that seems to like her quite a lot. Uh, two people actually. But yeah, I think I'll have to give her either 15 or 11. But since there are some people here that really like her, and like even the people who aren't that enthusiastic still think she's pretty good, I'm going to be nice and give her 15. Okay, Haruka. Like, where do you want to put my girl? But yeah, this is also another thing I wanted to talk about because at the end of the day, like the members are going to decide, right? I'm going to yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, at the end of the day, this is going to be decided by the members. But 16, no, 16 is not already occupied. Like we don't have a 16 yet. Teto teto. But you can make suggestions, you know. Uh, like which animes would you want me to rank in like the future? Like for now, the ones I'm considering ranking like are Girls and Panzer, Data Live, and Prismaelia. But if you guys want to like suggest, um, what is that? But if you guys want to suggest an anime for me to like rank in the future outside of these three, like want to add to the list to be able to receive a vote, like to be decided by the um by the members, etc. Feel free to do so in the comments. Okay, what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to move actually Anemo to 13. Going to move Akoyamatama to 11. And I'm going to move Magia Magenta to 14. And then we have a full list up to 15 now. Okay. So Magia Magenta gets the 14th place. Uh, and yeah, now the only places are since we need to actually make no, but you know what? You can vote however you want, and I'll just do the averages. But the only places we have right now remaining are like 16 to 20, you know? But yeah, I'll be seeing your comments now, and okay, I'll leave you while I like read some of your comments to judge Kauruko. Okay. This is just people giving their rankings and their justifications. Okay. So I'm kind of excited for her new form, talking about like Haruka. So my judgment's pretty clouded. Fair, fair. Good point, Prin. Yeah. Data Live is a great pick. Prisma 2. Have you finished the Data Live novels already? No, I'm an anime only, unfortunately. Like I don't even know where to get the novels. Like if you could tell me a way to like acquire them legally or by sailing the high seas, I'd appreciate it. I'm back briefly, and High School DxD would make a really fun ranking. Her new form can either put her on par with Azu or her below it. She is right below Azu, so. And most people seem to think 14 is a good placement, so we'll keep 14. Bet, ranking all the girls in the whole Pretty Cure franchise. No, fuck you, Teto. No, no, you want me to die? Like even with a tier list format, like that would take like 10 fucking hours. No fucking way. I'm not doing that. No, 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 no. Opinion discarded. Not doing it. But yeah, someone suggested High School DxD. Some people saying Data Live mentioned and I've been summoned. Welcome to the stream, Big Pew. I just finished Data Live 5, was unexpectedly peak. I still need to like finish 5. I'm actually the fourth season of the anime, and I'm an filthy anime only. So yeah, there you have it. But the only things that were like seriously suggested was High School DxD. Oh, Sin for Gear, Base Pew. Okay, so we have Sinfo Gear and High School DxD. Sup Pew, hi. Obligatory watch Sinfo Gear comment passing by. I don't need to watch Sinfo Gear. Like I couldn't do a ranking right now of Sinfo Gear, but I've already watched everything, all the seasons of the anime. So I don't need to watch Sinfo Gear. I already did. But I do recommend like for the people who haven't that are on stream right now. So yeah, we have Sinfo Gear and High School DxD for now. Has recommendations. Honestly, the thing with Data Live, it's like it's been going on for so long. I didn't want to see it end, but at the same time, it's been going on for so long that I want to see it end. Is like that really? Is it really that good? I had a friend who was really into it. Yeah, I really recommend like Sinfo Gear. Like it's probably one of the best and most creative, especially like of these types of anime of cute girls like fighting in skimpy outfits, you know. But yeah, now I'm going to see the ratings here. So far is a 20, 14, 15. Aren't the novels published by Yen Press? Oh, wait, did you specify? No, 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 no. I can go for either, you know? So if they're published by Yen Press, I can look into that. Kaoruko is pretty top tier, especially when she's pretty fun in terms of style and combat. I love the lighting and aesthetic. Lighting god aesthetic. Also, can I throw in Neptunia into the pot? The problem is that Neptunia is a series of games. So, like, that'd be pretty hard to rank until I complete all games on stream, which would take a while. So, I'm going to have to vet that one too. Like, I would really like to do one day, but for now, it's pretty impossible. But anyway, we have 15, 14, 20. Someone like saying that they really like Kauruko, but not giving her numbered votes. So I don't know what you think of that. I'm just going to say this. And okay. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Okay, given the votes you did throw, I'm going to put Kauruko at 16th. Like, the ratings were pretty much just adapted from. No, actually, you ranked Sayo as higher than Magenta. So it is a bit different. Okay, so 16. Uh, okay. Now we're going to go to Kiwi. And I'm going to leave you guys to rank her while I like read some of the comments. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Okay. Yes, finish 5. The animes are pretty faithful to the novels, but speedrun the content quite a bit. Basically, it's your typical novel to anime adaptation. Just don't know if they adapted the last volume. It's good, trust. 100 Kanojo list. Okay, that's actually a good recommendation. So for now, we have High School DxD. We have with the serious recommendations. We have High School DxD. We have Symphogear, and 100 Kanojo has like mm, options. Let me just register this here. And it's been long enough. So before doing that, I'm going to go through like you guys' votes for Kiwi. Okay, Kiwi 17. Kiwi is tied with Sulfur for me. Kiwi is such a goat, 18 out of 20 for me. Top tier, absolutely top tier. Kiwi is top tier, highest possible. She's a gunner and she's loyal to her waifu. She has big and little sister energy. Most people seem to like Kiwi. Like, so 17, 18, like the highest possible. I'm going to give her 18. She has the 18th placement for now. Appreciating some of her best moments, and I'm going to leave you to rank Korisu while I uh, like while I register some of these recommendations. Uh, High School DxD. God damn it. 100 Kanojo and Symphogear. And I'm going to leave this open for any more recommendations. Let's see. Okay, 100 Kanojo. Pre-Q ranking would possibly occupy 3 lives in a row. Yeah, that's why I'm not doing it. Also, can I throw in Neptune into the pots? Like I said, no. We're on a roll with the recommendation. Yeah, we are, actually. For English version, Data Live appears to be on Nya with a mega download, so you don't need to torrent. Okay. So we have some recommendations for me to pirate it from Nia, or for me to get it legit through Yen Press. I'll see if I can, but if not, I'll just rank it anime only, like a casual. Data Live in Neptunia. Okay. It has a short anime, but you have to sail the highest of seas. Like, if you want a ranking just based on the anime, then Neptunia is possible, but like, if you would want me to take into consideration the games, then that would only happen in the very far future. Oh wait, that is, where can I find that? Anyway, because I haven't finished the last season of Data Live, I'm afraid they will do what they did to Itsuka Disaster Volume 10 and cram the whole volume into a single episode. Yeah, that's why like it some of the like the pacing of some episodes of Data Live feels fucked. Like, if they are doing, like, if they're actually cramming whole volumes into a single episode, then yeah, I can see why I thought some of the later seasons have some really fucked like pacing. It's because of that. uh, Now you don't have to play the games, the list is already easy to make. 1 Lady Whiteheart, 2 everyone else, 3 napkin. Oi, Oi, I didn't play all Neptunia games, but I really like Nepgear. Okay, how dare you? How dare you? But yeah, Lady Whiteheart is like pretty amazing. Yeah, I will agree with you on that. I'll never forget my goat. I forgot his name already, but I do know he's into girls like White Lady Heart. Since you're Brazilian, pretty sure Doll has PT, BF, fun translations online for most volumes, but I forgot the name of the group. I'll try to find it. Anyway, let me see. Uh, Anyway, I haven't checked it, so use the basic cautions for malware and stuff. Though a popular item on Ya is unlikely to be dangerous. Okay. Now let's see you guys' thoughts for Korisu. Uh, Alice is 19 or 20 to me. Uh, Metal Wolf says she's 17 out of 20. Teto is just wowing and going to Alice. What the fuck? She's 9 actual child soldier. 14. Lamau. Correction out of 20. I'm out again. See ya. See ya, son. What's the rating criteria? Like it's the worst to best waifu. Like you can consider like which one of them is the best waifu for you? You can consider like personality, you can consider powers, relevance in the story, design. You can just go by any standards you want in order to say like, oh, how good a waifu is she to me? You know, it's pretty much the main standard. Is like how much do you like her as a waifu? You know, didn't just nya us for free. Yes, I did, unfortunately. But yeah, most people seem to be pretty enthusiastic. So, but they're pretty enthusiastic at placing her 17, 14. Okay. Very cute and funny, enthusiast, what, 17, 18 to 20. Okay. Okay, I'm going to put like Korisu at 17 since most people seem to agree that that's a good rating for her. And people didn't really like recommend anything else, so I'm going to go with these three recommendations. I'm going to stay with High School DxD, 100 Kanojo, and Symphogear. Has the recommendations for lists like these. Okay. Yeah, are these out of 20 or something? Yes. Like this, if you're talking about the ranking system, essentially it's a reverse top 10, you know, where one is like the lowest possible like placement and 20 is the best possible placement. That's why you see this out of 20, you know? But anyway, Teto Teto already voted for Alice, Kiwi, and Utena. Sulfur is already at 16, but Utena will consider that 19 out of 20. Okay. Anyway, let me see. Let me see. Uh, okay, so we already ranked Korisu as 17. And now, while I read some comments, I'm going to leave you guys to like God, I picked a lot of images from her. She's just that cool. I'm going to leave you guys to rate Michiko in her imitatio like self. Anyway, let's see. Imagine if we got away from the future, time traveling just to give us the full 100 Kanojo list and get banned by the interdimensional YouTube police for breaking future spoiler rules. What the fuck are these scenarios you guys keep cooking up with me? Like, what the hell? Anyway, blah 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 blah. I love Alice so much. She's so comic character. I love her. Love Kurisu, very cute and funny. Enthusiast, emphasis on the funny. 17. Okay, most people seem to agree with this. I already explained that. The games, if you want to understand the character on a deeper level, if you want surface level, the anime. If you want an extra layer, the manga. Okay, what I can do is I can like give you on the it depends, Prin. If you want the list on the far future, I can do the games. And if you want on the more on the more recent future, like 2 to 3 months from now, I can do the anime and manga. Like it will depend on you if I'm going to include like Neptunia on the recommendations list or not. For now, at least. Anyway. Uh, what else? What else? Anime. We must push the agenda. Waifu tier list should be if you could genuinely be married to this person, in my opinion. That's a good point, actually. Like, let me see my list and see if. You know what? Yeah. I didn't like account for this. Like I didn't that wasn't like how I ranked it, but yeah, it's pretty close to like that standard. But I'll definitely like include it. I'll definitely consider it for the future. So welcome to the stream, Arma, and thanks for like giving your inputs. I just looked it up on the wiki. The Neptunia character I was talking about was Jade. Okay. Waifu rankings meet intellectual reasoning. If you can't defend your waifu above your fetish, you're not a true waifu fan. You know what? Yeah, I agree. That's why I try to give like very good like explanations based on design and relevance in the story and etc. As for why I like these characters. So I agree with that. The whole scene where he died was so funny. Rip my gold Jade. Wifu, Taipo, Shush. Oh, she's adorable. Okay. Blah 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 blah. Are you talking about Michiko or are you talking about like Nero Alice? Because I understand it for both. I just want to like understand what you're like talking about. I want to play Loco Souls. Me too, buddy. Me too. Michiko, easy 20. 1 out of 20. Hag alert. Perfect 20. Anyway, 19. Like Gwinty. Michiko. She deserves 18, 17. Solid 16, maybe 17. Let me see this. Okay, okay, okay. Time machines. I would be her. Let her beat me. Not gonna lie. Okay. Sentiment seems to be really positive and enthusiastic. So, since the other ones I kind of decided already, and like it's one of the only spots remaining, and people are kind of. I'm just going to put her in 19. She's going to get pretty much exactly the same spot as like she did on my original list. And since there's only one spot right now, then my girl Utena gets the like top spot on you guys' list too, just by default. We're pretty much just going to go to her, like out of courtesy, and I'm going to like I don't even need to ask for you guys' opinion because it's the only place that's left. So yeah, Utena is going to get the top spot on you guys' list too. Utena 18 for me. Like you guys can still vote, and I'm going to read like especially if you justify your votes. But she's going on 20 by default. Like the placement's already decided, but if you want to like uh, tell me what you think, then I appreciate that as well. Gunnar Queen is here. Utena tied with Alice. Seems like people do really like her as much as I do. Let's just go through her the various images I prepared for her, so you can appreciate her, especially this one, even more. And now we're back to the initial point. Arma like rates my girl Utena as a 0 out of 20. I would divorce. Fuck you, Arma. Your opinion doesn't matter. You're a subhuman biomass that shouldn't be like even considered a person. I'm joking, but come on, man. What the fuck? Human biomass. But yeah, now that the boat lists are kind of complete, I'm just going to like read comments, read the rest of the comments, and then like we're going to end the stream. Okay? Waifu. Wi-Fi. Tanaka is 19. Her magical form is peak. Hag and Lolly, yummers. Yeah, baby. A hag and a lolly like Shan. Whoa. Gwinty. I appreciate Michiko SM and genuinely indecisive. She deserves a 17, 18 to be honest. The best of both worlds, a solid 16 to 17. I haven't read any of Gushing Over Magical Girls, but I feel like half these women would be abusive if you married them. Nah, I don't think so. Like, they can be pretty violent, but like most of these girls are pretty sweet to the people they love. Like this, I'm going to defend. Like, as sadistic and like unhinged as they seem to be, like when actually fighting, when with the people that they genuinely like, they are genuinely nice girls. You know. So yeah, I definitely don't agree with you there. Oe doesn't even like anime. It's just because he tried to time travel, but omnidimensional deity stopped him and put him in a 2.5 dimensional world. So now he uses anime because he was trapped in Japan. Lore! Probably like 25% would straight up beat you. No, no. Whatever you desire. Experience Neptunia however you like. Um, I'm going to see that. I'm going to see what I'll do then. But thank you for your input, Prin. The time machine was in Japan. Lamau, you aren't wrong. Hey, come on. No, he is wrong, okay? Again, these girls would treat well the people that they like, okay? They can be pretty violent towards their enemies, but they are genuinely nice people. Like, they genuinely have some uh, cute relationships, you know? They can be pretty loving girls to the people that they like. You get my point. Anyway, I would let her beat me, not gonna lie. Oh my god. And Norme before her character development would definitely keep you in the kitchen. I mean, Michiko. Yeah, fair. That's why she is on one of the bottom spots. Okay. Utena 18, tied with Alice. Gunnar Queen is here. God fucking damn it. My goats, 19 to 20. 19, magia based. She wouldn't let you, yandere utana, whatever you say, I suppose. She would beat you, you wouldn't leave. You would take it and ask if she wants coffee afterwards. Owe would rather get called a slur than hear that combination of words in my general. Okay. Oh wait, I would rather get called a slur than hear that combination of words in my general direction. Good, good. That's how much I want to like insult you right now. I could be Utena. I got him. Look at this poor naive fool. Sure. You, like go, my man. You can totally do it. I believe in you. Anyway, bro could be the high schooler. Impressive. I am a high schooler. Jokes aside, Utena wouldn't do the things even in her and Utena wouldn't do these things even in her and or meta form. Bruh. Now that is impressive. I was talking to a 12-year-old that sounds bad who could squat 300 pounds. Nah, I'd win. I'm back, chat. Hello, Teto. Hi, back. I'm dead. I hate you. I hate you so much. Talking to. So, Big Pew, when are you starting your Minecraft YouTuber? Y'all don't know me. Okay, Edgelord. Okay. But yeah, with that, we finally finished every waifu in Gushing over Magical Girls. And I really like this new form we have of doing the community list. I had this idea like a while ago, and I'll definitely implement it for future lists because it really like gave the community rankings, the audience rankings, a good like pacing, I think. So before I respond to you, Big Pew, I'm going to read out like how the list, the final audience list, kind of like how the audience list got finalized, like the final results for it. So Kauruko, Utena, and Matama's mothers continued at 1. We had and new characters into the list. Haruka's little sisters were considered, and they like got a 2. Mirako, Mimiru, and Mipchan got a 3. Uh, Michiko, no, calm down. Kiwi's mother got a 4. Vets and Venalita are in like the 5th place. Michiko actually rose up quite a bit, like into 6th place, mostly due to her uniform and lolly form. Uh, Pantano Pesca or Momomori Momo got the 7th spot. Korisu's mother got the 8th spot. She's pretty impressive for someone with has little participation as her, so very well earned, pretty good, very impressive. Machina or Roboco fell a lot to 9th place, unfortunately, in your guys' standing. Sister Giant or Ten Jeiji Holly got the 10th spot because you guys really like sexy nuns, apparently. Uh, Akoya Matama was separated from her waifu in you guys' ranking and got 11th spot. After her, Tandaranda or Berserker got the 12th spot. Anemo Nemo or Leberbloom got the 13th spot. The 14th spot went to Hanabishi Haruka or Magia Magenta. The 15th went to Minakami Sayo or Magia Azul. 16th went to Kauruko or Magia Sulfur. 17 to Niro Ellis, so she fell just a bit from her placement in the original ranking, with her place now being occupied by Kiwi, which you guys really liked, even more than I did. Uh, and the 2 last spots are pretty much the same as in my list. So Tanaka Michiko got the 19th spot, and Hiragi Utana got the like 20th spot as the best girl in Gushing Over Magical Girls in both lists. So yeah. Anyway, now let's read some of you guys' final comments and finally end the list. Y'all find out how I get down. One more thing, Mr. Obscure Anime. Do you like death games? Good list. Oh no, he's going to recommend dead anime. Danganronpa? Danganronpa isn't a real death game. It was made by the CIA to turn people into gay Tumblr users. Got separated from her wife, who sounds so tragic out of context. But yeah. What anime did you want to recommend to me, Big Pew? Like, what's this like death game anime that you wanted to recommend to me? Because yeah, I do like it. This was truly my anime list. Okay, gay, I get, but Tumblr users kind of far. uh, but yeah, I'm going to be waiting for a few minutes for Big Pew to like answer me, and if he doesn't, we'll be ending stream right here. Nah, it wasn't for a recommendation. I just wanted to know. Oh, okay. So yeah, I like death games. Okay. Bye, everyone. thank you for participating in the stream, and like in general, just thank you for watching. Bye. It was a joy to like both uh present my list to you guys, as well as to like construct a list for you guys out of your suggestions. So yeah, like thank you for watching. Bye. All right, bros. Good stream in base as always. See you, bro.